us to rise, we have to have full intel of our planet and who and what we are and how everything works. All right. So a lot of these cities and towns were built over slave grave sites. New York, Chicago, LA, Dayton, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Miami, the Carolinas. I don't give a fuck what state you name, what country you name. We were there and they slaughtered us in war and then built their cities over us. I don't think y'all understand that. Let me let that sit in y'all soul if I even move forward. Let me let that sit in y'all soul before we even move forward. All of your major cities, states, towns, municipalities were built. It's bad enough that they killed us. Hold on. You know that they killed and conquered us, but did you know that they built over the dead bodies? Literally, all the parking lots, all the buildings, even where you stay right now, there isn't a place you can go. They literally took us and threw us in one location. Like after they defeated us, you know, our souls kept going. Our souls and spirits kept going and came back or did whatever we was going to do. But as far as the physical body, after they killed us, they made these huge grave sites for us and they would dump all our bodies right there. And that area might have been the size of Charlotte, North Carolina. So what would they do? They turned around and built and made Charlotte, North Carolina over that whole grave site. They have done this with every city. This is what makes it a city. This is what makes it a town. Because they are still trying to harness the energy of your ancestors. Somebody said this is getting spooky. Yeah, it get real deep. You have to understand why their magic was working. You have to understand why you fear them. They have harnessed and reversed the energy of your ancestors who feared them at the moment when they died. Not all your ancestors, but some of them did die scared. This is why we have to rise. This is why we can't. It is in game. You have not a clue because there's so much shit they left out and didn't even tell us because they knew how you would react to it. How would you feel if you knew every Walmart was built over dead bodies? Every housing complex, every project, every city, literally every state. Remember, the planet is way bigger than they telling you. So these little areas that they call cities, towns, and states were the grave sites. Hear me clearly. Your modern day cities, towns, and states were the actual grave site locations of our ancestors. And then they built their cities purposely over that as a sacrifice ritual to harness the energy. Somebody said the planet is a big corpse. Who is that? Adrian Barker. You goddamn right it is. That's what I'm trying to say. It's one big graveyard. You walking on top of your ancestors. All right. So I'm gonna pull up a couple stories today. You might have heard of them. You might have haven't. I'm not gonna run through every city, but I'm gonna just run through a few so you can know how real this shit is. Okay. Let's start with Lake Lanier in Georgia. Lake Lanier. Hold on.
In 1912, the white population drove the black population out of...
Hold on. First off, I don't want to plagiarize. Let me see. So I'm going to get credit. This video was posted by Intrigue Minds. So shout out to Intrigue Minds. That's who did this original video. I'm using it as a reference point right now for my lecture. I'm not stealing his video. I do not know him. I do not own this video. I'm only using it as a reference point. So YouTube, please don't mute the video because we got souls and spirits that need to see this video later, please. God damn, y'all be so hot in the ass. So yeah, Intrigue Minds posted this video, but it goes along with my lecture. It's about 8 minutes, y'all. We finna watch it though. Listen to this. Listen to him. It's a human being talking, but he ain't lying, so we can listen. This is one of the places, and they did many places like this. But check it out though. Listen. Intrigue Minds made this video once again. Hold on.
This event was triggered by crimes against 2 white women, allegedly.
Now, what I want y'all to notice too, Notice how most of these stories where they took our land and killed us and stuff like that, it always started with some white woman lying, saying she was raped. They use the same tactics all through history, like they trying to do me down here in Georgia. Somebody lying, saying some shit happened to them. They have a reason to come kill your ass and harm you. Pay attention to that point. Let's keep going, though.
Oscarville was a small town in the county of Forsyth in the state of Georgia. In 1912, the white population drove the black population out of Oscarville with threats and violence. This event was triggered by crimes against two white women, allegedly at the hands of black men. Homes and churches were destroyed, and an estimated 1,100 people were displaced. This was not the first time that Oscarville had been the site of racial violence. In the 1830s, the white population forcibly removed Cherokee farmers from their property.
Let me pause right there. You heard what he said? You heard what he said? That wasn't the first time they displaced us. Now remember, who was the Cherokee? Us. So if your eyes is woke to the fact that there's no such thing as Indians, we are the Indians. We are the descendants of those native tribes. Keep that in your mind. Now let's keep going.
And forced the Cherokees away from Oscarville forever. Welcome to Intrigued Mind, where today we explore Oscarville, the city drowned by Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is the site of multiple mysterious deaths and disappearances that have plagued this man-made lake for as long as it has been in existence. Many people believe that the lake is haunted because it was constructed on top of a town. That town was called Oscarville, located in Forsyth County. It still exists today, but it is submerged beneath as much as 152 feet of water, though the remnants of Oscarville were revealed during droughts between 2000 and 2009. So, what happened to the residents of that town? Who were they? And why did they leave? And what other mysteries does this submerged city's tragic past lay claim to? Keep watching to learn all about the secrets of Oscarville, the town that was flooded by Lake Lanier.
See you later, not happy.
Hold on, let me hit mute. All right. So, he gonna talk about Lake Lanier. And it's a whole town, Oscarville. But you wouldn't know that today because it's a lake over it. Come on, man. Here they go with the double commercials. Come on, YouTube. I would make a nigga sit through an ad. Let's go.
County, which lies in the northern part of the state of Georgia. Today, this county is characterized by a predominantly white population. Yet, this was not always the case. In 1912, each and every black resident was forcibly relocated. An estimated 1,100 people, comprising 10% of Oscarville's population, were removed from their homes and sent into exile. But what events precipitated this racial cleansing? In September of that year, before the white people drove out their black neighbors, a young woman was found in the nearby woods. She was beaten, bloodied, and unconscious. The woman was 18-year-old Sleety Mae Crow. The girl later died of her injuries, 1 week shy of her 19th birthday. It was believed that she had been struck from behind and dragged into the woods while walking home from her aunt's house. Her assailant raped her before striking her in the head with a rock at least 3 times, crushing her skull. A black man named Rob Edwards, whose only crime was to be in the area at the time of the attack, was quickly seized. Edwards was unlawfully hung in the town square, with many of the white community present. His body was strung up on a telephone pole, and white onlookers fired bullets into his lifeless body. Two more people would be
So let's not jump past that. Okay, so a white woman is walking. Same story like Black Wall Street. Same story with Rosewood, Florida. Same story. They use the same shit. They trying to do me like that right now in Georgia. It don't matter if it's a black or white woman. They use a woman, or something happened to a woman, or some shit like that, to come after your ass. That's the point. Now, this nigga Rob Edwards, he ain't did shit. Because they needed a reason to attack Oscarsville. They hang him and shoot him. Listen, and this in Georgia, where I'm at right now. So I'm not shocked about them trying to hang me right now. They been down here hanging niggas. They killed so many of us in Georgia and built so many towns over us. That's why I gotta stand strong. Get there, like, man, y'all got me fucked up. Like I don't know what y'all did to my people down here. I bet I don't be the example, nigga. Facts, nigga. This for them. This for Oscarville. This for all them too. But just pay attention. Let's stay focused. Facts.
For this still unsolved murder, 16-year-old Edward Knox, whom the girl allegedly accused on her deathbed,
Kill him.
and 17-year-old Oscar Daniel. The 2 boys were put on trial, found guilty, and handed down a sentence of death by hanging. Earlier that same week.
Okay, so in this picture, they just hung. Both of them was teenagers. They already killed one black god, right? Then they turn around and kill two more. All right, let's keep going.
The two boys were put on trial, found guilty, and handed down a sentence of death by hanging. Earlier that same week, another white woman was allegedly assaulted by two black men. Ellen Gresh, the wife of a well-respected farmer, accused two black men, Tony Howell and Isaiah Perkle, of attempting to rape her before they were startled and scared away by her mother. These men were imprisoned, awaiting trial. A black preacher by the name of Grant Allen was alleged to have speculated at a community barbecue that Gresh may have given consent to sexual relations with Howell and Perkle. Word of this speculation reached the ears of the white members of the community, who were enraged at the suggestion. An angry mob captured Grant Allen and horsewhipped him until he was nearly dead. The local sheriff managed to intervene just in time to drag the preacher to the safety of the courthouse. Regardless of whether these black men were guilty of the crimes they were accused of or not, it acted as a flame to a powder keg. The night of Sleety Mae Crow's funeral, enraged white men gathered at the town's crossroads, armed with guns and sticks of dynamite. They descended on the black population with fury, spurred on by sensational news reports and the support of Crow's parents, who went on record to say that they wished to be rid of the town's black people, whom they referred to as the fiends of hell.
Okay.
In the coming months,
So now keep in mind, all these white people down in Oscarville, right? They didn't like these black people because they were successful in their little town they had. Even though they had already pushed them to that point where they took all this land from us, they still didn't like that. All right, they called them the fiends of hell. Now they use two excuses to go attack them. Now pay attention.
white vigilantes, known collectively as the Night Riders, drove the black community out of town. It is estimated that in the early months of the racial cleansing, that 98% of Oscarville's black community fled in fear, never to return. Many of the cabins of Oscarville's black population were scattered along the banks of the Chattahoochee River on the outskirts of town. The Night Riders would go to each and every white home to call up the adult men of the family to join the group. It is worth remembering that it had only been 50 years earlier that a white man was legally allowed to pursue escaped slaves in the days before the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation. Therefore, when the knock on the door came after sundown to join the Night Riders posse, it may not have seemed a foreign concept to these men at all. It took a few months for these so-called Night Riders to drive the black people out of Oscarville and from nearby towns such as Cumming. Those members of the black community who served in the wealthy houses of the upper-class white families in the neighboring town of Cumming were afforded some protection. But the poor sharecroppers, landowners, and cotton pickers, who were the most vulnerable, were the first to flee the town. The Night Riders' main modus operandi was to throw stones through windows, to fire gunshots through front doors, and to shout out, "Get!" to the terrified inhabitants within.
Okay. So before we keep going, we just can't jump past that. Who else used them tactics? The KKK. Who else used them tactics? The police today. They like to come deep, come with their guns. Hell, the U.S. Marshals do that too. They came to my house in the middle of the night, come to your house in the middle of the night, guns drawn, trying to scare you, to take you to jail so they can hang you, kill you slowly. See, that's all I see. They took the land. This Atlantis, though. But I don't think we understand these tactics are the same motherfucking tactics they've been using on our people from day motherfucking one. They call them marshals today, and the police and the FBI and the CIA. It don't matter whether you're right or wrong. It could be tax evasion. They come, just like they did right there. They ass was innocent. They didn't give a fuck, nigga. They went and got their ass in front of their families. And then look at the tactics they use to drive all the black people out. They throwing stones through their windows at night. Shooting through their doors. You don't think little kids got shot? Nigga, hell yeah. Nigga, imagine you sitting in the crib with your wife and your family. Nigga just shooting through the doors. They took the land. But I don't think you understand how they took the land. Let them finish.
Furniture was burned, pets and livestock were shot, and messages were left behind, giving inhabitants 24 hours to leave. One white woman, Ruth Jordan, who was just a girl at the time of the racial cleansing, recounted one night when she accompanied her father, who was friendly with his black neighbors, to check on their safety. They found their neighbor's cabin empty, the furniture shot to pieces. When her father called out, Their neighbors, the Cooks, emerged from the woods, where they had spent the night, hiding in terror. By mid-October, it was reported in the news that many black homes had been torched and razed to the ground, along with 5 churches where black people worshipped. The exiled literally had no place to return to. By burning their churches, the Night Riders struck at the very heart of the spiritual and social fabric of Oscarville's black community.
Let's stop. Let's pause it. Look at they tactics. And you know, them are the racist human beings that's vibrating low. I don't fuck with them. Somebody say, you say, yeah, I don't like racist ass human beings that's vibrating low. I have no problem with the human beings vibrating high. Because guess what? Even then, in that time, you had human beings that was vibrating high and they wasn't with that shit. It's always been duality all through history, nigga. How you think niggas was getting away doing the Underground Railroad? How you think niggas was getting hid? It ain't never just been all human beings. But it's been a majority of their ass. But not all. So I can't take it out on all. Just like all gods ain't rolled with us, nigga. It's hella stories in history where black people that motherfucking went back and told the master some shit and fucked up the whole revolt. We finna revolt. Yo bitch ass ran back and told some shit, fucked the whole revolt up. Go read about Gabriel Prosser. I know my history. Do you know yours though? This is what I do. So my rage is righteous rage. I just paused it for a reason though. To all the Christians out there. I've been telling motherfuckers, nigga. Boy, they didn't give a fuck if you was in church. Boy, they would come in that bitch and burn your ass in front of your kids. This is exactly why we ain't finna show no motherfucking mercy to y'all ass right now, nigga. Facts. Boy. Just like they would have tried to hurt me for no reason. Y'all know my case. I ain't got one. They made some shit up because I'm doing this, waking motherfuckers up, nigga. But had the ancestors not moved me, moved us, we wouldn't have known shit, nigga. You think they wouldn't have cared about? You think the marshals and the police don't care about shit? Nigga, they'd shoot the fuck out of me in front of my kids, nigga. And my wife, nigga. No different than back in the day. Oh, you want to be that outspoken nigga, huh? We gonna bring you in front of the whole... And they know y'all watching me too. We gonna make an example out of Rashad Jamal. No, the fuck y'all ain't. What y'all gonna do is start a whole motherfucking war around this bitch, nigga. I know who I am. I know this is our land. And I know why y'all came in me. Like I know why y'all come in my people. I know why they pour black people carbonated beans over and shoot y'all and arrest y'all and fuck with y'all, why they drug the food, why they fluoride the water. Nigga, read history. You ain't gotta go back that far. You ain't gotta know none of the cosmic shit I'm telling you. Just go basic history, nigga. Nigga, they said they burnt down 5 churches. Why? Because they knew this would strike at the spiritual source of the community. That let you know right there, nigga, Jesus ain't real, nigga. That let you know right there, nigga, what church was all about. To make your ass passive, nigga. Before church, we was fucking shit up around this bitch. Then they came with that church shit. Worship your slave masters. It's okay because Jesus suffered, so you can suffer like him. He died for your sins, so you should suffer like he did, and you'll get your heaven after you leave. Nigga, fuck the heaven after we leave, nigga. We want heaven right here, right now. Fuck, we gotta leave for to get some peace around this bitch, nigga. They burned churches. They did more than that. Don't forget who's telling the story here. You can't never expect no human being to tell you the truth about you. Don't forget who's telling the story here. He's still laying it on light, nigga. Y'all better go read Uncle Tom's Cabin. And then you wonder why I be like that with them. Why I be on that energy with the racists and the elites. Why I'm on that energy with 12, nigga. Smoking dead cops. You goddamn right, nigga. Give a fuck what color you is, nigga. You a op if you behind that badge, nigga. Cause I know what that badge really mean. I know who the laws was made for. Me and my motherfucking people. But niggas walking around thinking they free. Now imagine that. Nigga, we was going to church and everything, niggas. And y'all, niggas wasn't even safe in the church. And then you wonder why when Hurricane Harvey hit, Joel Osteen, this thing to get to me. Y'all try to talk about Isis Wisdom, Kali, even Pharaoh, me, or anybody in what y'all call the conscious community, that if they do make any type of dollars. But you ain't said shit about Joel Osteen, though. Because the last time I checked, ain't nobody made more money off black people than Joel Osteen and Jesus. And when Joel Osteen made billions off of our black people, nigga, when Hurricane Harvey hit, he wouldn't even open the doors. People forget about that. I don't. I take it personal. That's why I go out my way to remind motherfuckers, remember who you are. Nigga, remember who they is. Nigga, they ain't never changed. Only motherfucker changed is us. Nigga, they the ops. Niggas been up there with their ass generation after generation, nigga. So why the fuck this generation want to be so soft, nigga? Now it gets to this.